Hi everyone, my name is Danielle, and I'm not your typical teenager. I've always been different. Instead of playing dress up with the girls, I preferred playing football with the neighborhood boys when I was a little girl. And now that I'm 15, I always play video games with the boys instead of going to the mall with my mom. I also sing a little, and it is my dream to become a professional singer one day. But before I get into that, please like and subscribe. I guess it's no surprise that I've barely got any girlfriends. My best friend's name is Chase, and he lives down the road from my house. Chase and I go to the same school, but since he's 2 grades above me, we only hang out after school. With his dark hair and light eyes, he's one of the hottest and most popular boys at Pineville High. I've had a crush on him for years now, but I know he'll never like me that way. Not when he could have any girl he wanted. No one knows we're friends, and I'd like to keep it that way. At least then his female admirers will not find a reason to attack me in the hallways. At any rate, I am already pretty unpopular in school. Ever since I accidentally spilled juice on Michelle James's prom dress, the entire cheerleading squad has had it out for me. Well, I didn't trip on purpose. I've just always been a bit clumsy. This year was going to be different, though. This year, I planned to change. Now that I'm a freshman, I think it's time I got a boyfriend. Believe it or not, I've never even had my first kiss. So I straightened my auburn hair until it was long and shiny and picked out a super cute back-to-school outfit. I even applied makeup. In fact, with my pink lips and long eyelashes, not to mention my super cute miniskirt, I looked unrecognizable. Well, that was the plan. The first person who saw me was Chase, as he was picking me up from school. But his reaction was not what I expected. Whoa, what are you up to? Nothing. Is it obvious that I was a bit nervous? Chase gave me an angry look that had me squirming, then looked ahead and continued driving. He refused to say one more word to me during the entire journey. But apart from the disappointment with Chase, the rest of the day was perfect. Nearly every girl wanted to know where I bought my yellow crop top and blue miniskirt, and nearly every boy wanted my number. Yes, even the ones who were already in relationships. And by the end of the day, I had a date with Hugh Lautner. He was a quarterback on the soccer team and super cute. He promised to pick me up from school tomorrow, even though he lived an hour away in a much posher part of town. I told Chase this on our ride back from school. I could tell that he was struggling to say something. Do you really like him? I don't know. I could if I tried, I guess. I just really want to become cool now. I've been an awkward klutz for too long. And what if I told you that you're perfect the way you are? You know that's not true, Chase. Because if that's the case, why am I invisible to you in school? Chase was silent. He did not even say goodbye when he dropped me off. That evening, Hugh and I went out for pizza. You're different from the girls I know. They always order a salad and say they're dieting or something. It's so much more fun to go out with a girl who eats. Soon, Hugh started dropping me off and picking me up from school. Unlike Chase, he never pretended not to know me in school. Apart from the awkward glances, Chase and I stopped being friends. I'm not going to lie, I missed his friendship. I missed playing video games with him and chatting with him until we fell asleep. But maybe I had never meant anything to him, because he let our friendship end so easily. It hurt, but I kept my feelings to myself. Soon, Hugh asked me to prom. Of course I said yes. I spent a long time getting ready and spent all my money on a beautiful silver gown. Everyone oohed and ahed when we made our entrance as a couple. But even though I was with Hugh, I kept looking around for a glimpse of Chase. I wanted him to see me all dressed up. My heart sank when I could not see him anywhere. Finally, it was time to announce the prom king and queen. It was no surprise that Hugh won prom king. His queen, though, was head cheerleader Michelle. Michelle gave me a smug look before she grabbed Hugh for the official dance. Soon, she started getting close to him. I thought he would stop her, but he seemed to enjoy it. Then suddenly, she kissed him, and he started kissing her back. Shocked, I ran out of the hall and continued running. By the time I reached home, my beautiful dress was torn at the bottom and my cheeks were stained with tears. Suddenly, a familiar figure stopped in my path. Chase. He was wearing a tight-fitted jacket and looked, so handsome. What happened? I told him everything, and he took me into his arms. Let me go beat him up. No! Will you please stay with me, though? I missed you. But you chose him. What? What do you mean? You threw away our friendship. You completely changed yourself just to be with him. I liked you just as you were, in your pajamas, with your love for video games. But I liked you too. I was invisible to you only in school, so I had no hope. I'm sorry about that. I guess I didn't know my own feelings till I saw you gush over someone else. It's why I couldn't stand seeing you with Hugh. Suddenly, he took my hand. The question is, do you still like me? Yes. So will you go on a date with me? Of course I will. Wear your pajamas and meet me for video games then. Soon, Chase and I started dating officially. This was when I found out how romantic he really is. He was the best boyfriend ever. He would open the door for me and hold my hand wherever we went. And he had a sense of humor, too. If any girl asked for his number, he would give her mine as a joke. A year passed, and soon he was going to go off to study at Yale in the fall, and I was really going to miss him. You'll forget me. Never. You'll get busy with studies and stuff then. Maybe, but I'll still come back for you. Or you can come study with me. Like that was going to happen. I was not as bright as Chase. Besides, I wanted to pursue music as a career. I had started recording videos of myself singing, but was too shy to show them to anyone. Soon after Chase left, I began devoting more time to my music. I started singing at school, but only when the classrooms were empty, and recording videos of myself. But I never shared them with anyone, including him. Chase and I were still going strong, though. He'd send me a good morning text every day and video call me every night. I miss you so much. I just want to get on the next flight and come see you. I wish you could, but I want you to concentrate on your studies instead. Yeah, I know. Promise me you'll at least apply to Yale, though. Okay, I promise. I probably shouldn't have made that promise, though. I really wanted to be a musician and had been practicing a lot recently. That night, on impulse, I shared one of my singing videos on YouTube. I applied makeup and wore a wig, though, so that no one could tell it was me. The next morning when I woke up, I realized it had gone viral. In just one night, my video had garnered 100,000 views. When I went through the comments section, I was shocked. Everyone loved my voice, and people wanted to know who the mystery girl really was. There were a few trolls, but I just ignored them. My eyes filled with tears of happiness, and I wanted to share the news with someone. But who? If Chase still lived down the street, I'd have gone running in my pajamas to tell him. But now that he was so far away and so busy, I didn't want to disturb him, especially since he had exams going on. Chase was busy with his studies for the entire week, but so was I. I started sharing more videos, and soon even magazines and news channels were picking up stories on the mystery girl. Everyone wanted to know who I was, but I was going to keep it a secret until I told Chase. But by the end of the week, I received a call. Good afternoon. Am I speaking to Danielle Jones, aka Mystery Girl? What? How do you know? I didn't tell anyone. It is my job to know Miss Jones. Oh, okay. Let me introduce myself. We are Superstar Inc., and we like to give a launch pad to actors and musicians who show a lot of promise. Now, there is no denying that you're talented, but you've also managed to create a fan following around your mystery girl persona. Part of the allure, I think, is because no one really knows your identity. Okay. And we want to keep it that way. We are offering $1 million for your talent and your silence. This means that you need to keep your double life absolutely secret. And clearly you haven't been doing it well enough because it wasn't that difficult for us to figure out who you were. Does that mean I can't even tell my boyfriend? Of course not. He may be trustworthy now, but what happens if you two break up? You think you'll keep your secret then? I was silent. I knew it was wrong not to tell Chase my secret, but I also didn't want to jeopardize my only chance at fame. So, I agreed to the conditions set by Superstar Inc. Within days, I was whisked off to LA. They gave me the swankiest car and the fanciest apartment, and suddenly I was making more money than I had ever dreamt of. The best fashion labels wanted me to sign as their models walked the ramp, so I was soon flying all over the world, from Milan to Paris to Zurich. Unfortunately, this meant that I was growing distant from Chase. I kept missing his calls and texts because I was always so busy with some concert or tour. I couldn't tell him the truth, so I would just send lame excuses. I slept off early last night, but I could see you were online till 1 a.m. I guess I was sleep texting then. Finally, one day, Chase sent me a voice text. Hey, Danielle. I thought I'd come back home to surprise you for the weekend, but you're not here. And your parents just told me you moved out months ago. That's a pretty important detail you seem to have missed out on telling me, isn't it? Anyway, I don't know what to think. I'm really hurt. I don't think you love me anymore. I tried everything, but I think you just don't care for me. So, this is goodbye. Take care of yourself. I knew I deserved it, but my heart still broke. I spent many nights crying and poured all my pain into my music. The audience still loved my songs, even though they were sadder now. Male singers and actors would keep asking me out on dates, but I was still nursing a broken heart. I no longer had any ties to my old life, though. Mom and Dad had stopped trying to call me home for a visit, and we only exchanged the occasional text. I guess they still wanted to know that their daughter was doing all right. As time passed by, my heart began to mend. I began dating Hollywood stars, but I could never forget Chase. Even 3 years after he ended things with me, I was still not completely over him. One day, I was doing a live show with Aaron, an up-and-coming Hollywood actor. Everyone told me that you're a cutie, but I had no idea you were this cute. Thanks, I guess. I could marry you right now. On live TV? Yes. Will you marry me? Aaron got on one knee and pulled out a ring. Oh my God! No, I'm sorry, I can't. Why not? Because I don't love you. My heart is with someone else. But you're not dating anyone. Trust me, I've been having you followed. That's illegal, I'm sure. And he left me years ago. His name was Chase, and he was the best boyfriend ever. I started crying. Suddenly, I was sick of this job. It may have brought me fame and money, but it cost me my relationship with my parents and boyfriend. It was time to tell the truth about who I was, whether Superstar Inc. allowed it or not. Suddenly, I took off my wig and wiped off my makeup on live TV. My name is Danielle Jones, and I am the mystery girl. Only I don't want to remain a mystery anymore. I am real, and I want to live my truth for myself and my fans. My confession sent Superstar Inc. and the rest of the country into a tizzy. By the next day, I was the top trending topic on all the news sites. Superstar Inc. fired me and took back my apartment, but I didn't care. I had made so much money that I could live anywhere. The only place I wanted to go, though, was home. After 4 long years, I landed on my parents' doorstep to apologize. They had seen the news and cried tears of happiness while hugging me. There was still one more apology I needed to make, though. I texted Chase, "Hey, it's Danielle. I know this comes really late, but I'm sorry for everything." I waited a few hours for a response, but none came. Suddenly, the doorbell rang. It was Chase. "Chase, what are you doing here?" "Answering your text. Can I come in? I'm a bit tired. I just flew in." "Of course. Where are my manners? Will you have something to drink?" "Oh, wait, why are you wearing hospital scrubs?" "Firstly, I'll have just you. And secondly, I'm a neurosurgeon now. I'm just flying in from my last surgery of the day. I have to go back tomorrow." "Wow, that's amazing. And wait, what do you mean you'll have me?" Suddenly, he kissed me. "I've been waiting to do this for years and years." I blushed as Chase lightly brushed a strand of hair from my face. "So what do you think?" "Huh? About what?" "About picking up where we left off." "I think that's a great idea, but let me just grab my pajamas quickly." We laughed as Chase pulled me in for another perfect kiss.
Hello friends, I'm Maxine, but you can call me Max. Please like and subscribe before I continue with my story. I was born prematurely to a single mom who lived in a beautiful farm. Since I was so weak and fragile, Mom treated me as if I was made of glass. Literally, Mom was constantly worried about me, from what I should do to what I should wear. She'd always give me organic food to eat. I had to drink green-colored smoothies in the morning to boost my immunity system and whatnot. It didn't end there. She'd always make sure that before going out, even for a walk in the park, I had on tons of sunscreen and was wearing knee pads and a helmet. But I always did the opposite. I loved to run and hang upside down on the monkey bars. "Hey Mom, come on! Let's try this together. It's so much fun." "Oh God, no way. Come down, honey, please. Don't get me worried." "Oh, Max, you don't have to make snow angels, honey. It's so cold." "Oh, no. Why did you take off the training wheels? It's dangerous." "What? A hike with your friends? Do you have any idea how many things can go wrong during such an activity? You could fall, you could hurt yourself, and you could get lost." That's how Mom was. One time when I was 16, it was raining heavily and Mom wanted me to get back in. I didn't, and as a result, I got sick. This herbal tea will do wonders. Mom's herbs were doing absolutely nothing to help, and when I got a high fever, she rushed me to the hospital and it turned out I was pretty sick. "I'm so sorry, sweetie. Why was I being so reckless? I should have brought you to the doctor earlier." "Don't worry, Mom. I'll get better." I had to stay in the hospital for 2 days. And it was then that I became fascinated with everything doctors did. except for the needles. Mom, I want to have the exact same lab coat. It looks so cool. I'll be a doctor when I grow up. Once I graduated high school, I told my mom that I wanted to go to New York to prepare for the entry test of the best medical school in the country, and I wanted to apply. Mom was jumping with joy, and the next day, I saw her going to the grocery store on a bicycle. What's that, Mom? Where's your car? Oh, honey, I wanted to, buy a new model. You sold it! Mom! Oh, honey, you are all that matters to me in the world. You know I always wanted to become a doctor, but you know how you were born so early, and I was always worried about raising you and keeping you well. I am so happy to see you fulfill your dream. I know you're gonna make me proud. I didn't think twice about selling the car to cover your studying expenses. I'll always do all I can to help you. Once I was in New York, I was living in a hostel with a crazy roommate who was also a student at the same university I was applying to. I'm Mia. Welcome to my crazy world. Oh gosh, she was really crazy. That girl was always busy talking, laughing aloud, and lazing around. But she was also sweet and kind, and we both totally hit it off. Come on, get dressed. You must come to this concert with me. We'll have a blast. What? I've never been to a concert before. I'm not sure I'm very comfortable going there, Mia. What do you mean you've never been to a concert? Have you been living under a rock? No, but my mom didn't really like the idea of me being in